because I'm sat in a place. I thought it's actually a beech grove, and there's two very old beech trees that I've met before, and both of them actually are a little bit worse for wear, so time has not been kind to them. This one in front of me that I'll show you, you'll see has clearly had two of its large branches come off. I don't think they were meant, presumably wind, or they've just rotted off, which is a real shame because this tree is so beautiful. But I discovered this tree, let's see, it must be going on for nearly 15, 16 years ago. Coming out of a really difficult time for me, where my marriage had ended, and that relationship had been incredibly challenging and difficult. I didn't know who I was. And one of the things that I decided to do was I picked up a book of walks in this area, and I took myself off and I started to do them. And this was probably, coming through this area and walking around in these hills, I think was probably one of the first walks that I actually ever did. And this is Longridge Fell, and you're on the edge of the Ribble Valley. This will take you into Hurst Green, which has got all the associations with J.R. Tolkien, because the Stonyhurst College is just kind of over there, and he spent time there. So for me, my imagination of being a hobbit, and this beech tree does make you feel like you're an elf somewhere. You're walking through the woods and it's an elf. But one of the things that I did in order to heal and in order to find myself was I started to walk. I started to go for walks in the countryside. I started to discover places outdoors. And this was the place that I found, one of the places that I found. And it enabled me very slowly to begin to discover who I was again. And so I cannot stress enough how valuable the natural environment and being out in nature is, what it can do for you in terms of having time just to figure life out, figure yourself out, who you are. And if nothing else, for the pure pleasure of being somewhere else, of being in different air. I can hear buzzards. And you start to hear things, and you start to notice things, and gradually you begin to open up from, being closed in a grey world, which is what I felt like I was, to becoming more aware and calmer. Now, I still need my nature medicine. I still need to come out and to explore. And I'm loving this time of being able to come back and reminisce, come back to the places that I probably haven't been here for 10 years, more than 10 years, that I haven't, because I don't live in this area anymore. But it's a really beautiful reminder of how much this place shaped my passion for the natural world, and how I can kind of encourage you to do the same. Pick up a walking book, pick up something that will take you somewhere you've never been before, and it can be really local, and you will find amazing little hidden gems, and I think find them before they disappear. Before we forget, before we don't realise what we valued and it's too late, it's lost. So I hope that you are enjoying my ramblings and musings, and I'm not really sure what else to do in these pandemic times and whatever, but I just feel that it's important to think things through and to say, this is important. This was where this place helped me. This place began to heal me, and it can do the same for you. I better start going and walking because I've rambled on for too long. If you like what I'm doing, if you find it interesting, if you want to come along, please subscribe. follow the channel, and we'll see where we go.